Hi, this is Amy Danielson with the Gypsy Kiss. I'm just making a video quick today because I've had so many requests on how to get hair ornaments for belly dancers to stay in their hair, especially if you have hair like mine. I know in a lot of my photos that you might have seen, my hair was curled to look like it's wavy, but it's not, obviously. This is what my hair naturally is, just totally straight, bone straight, and everything just falls out if you don't do this trick that I'm going to teach you. So this is for all of us who've got this baby fine hair that just won't seem to do anything. So what you do, if you want, like I made a white one just because then you could see it better. So if you're wanting like a hair ornament and you want to wear your hair down, which is great for a lot of cabaret dancers who don't really like doing updos and these little buns and little weird tribal styles that I like, but you know, is you take your comb and you go straight back and make a really clean line, and then you can just flip it over, okay? Because you'll bring it back later, but for now, you can see I already did it, but for now you just make this little ponytail. You take a little ponytail right underneath all the hair that you just flipped over, and you take one of those smaller rubber bands, not the big ones, but the small ones, so you don't have to go around and around your hair so many times, and you just keep, you know, going around and around and around until it's done, and you keep it close to your head, otherwise your hair ornament's going to kind of swing around a lot, and you don't want to have to deal with that. Okay, so if you can see, this is my little ponytail. It's very small, and you just let it fall. Oh, and you can direct the ponytail by making it kind of go back or kind of forward, just pulling it. So, but make sure it's close to your head either way. Then you let all that hair fall back down over it, and as you can see, it's completely invisible. You can't see it at all, which is a plus, because your hair ornament will hide some of it, but if there's a great big old, you know, thing there, it won't. So you want it to be invisible. You want it to just look like it is floating there on your hair. So then you take, okay, first of all, before I put it in, I'm going to show you this. This is the hair ornament, and this is how most hair ornaments are built. They have a clip on the back, and I didn't cover this because I wanted you to be able to see it all. And this kind has 2 tines. I always get the kind with 2 tines, and there's a reason for that, because they're small and they can fit inside, because what you're going to do is actually push them inside the rubber band that you put in your hair. You push it in there and then play with it until it's at the angle you want, and you might have to move the actual rubber band a little bit too to make sure it's all just how you want it. This one's not wanting to obey me right now, but I mean, and it does take a little bit of doing and practice. With each hair piece will sit differently. But anyway, that's how that one would look. If I wanted, I could make the part higher up and just make the ponytail higher up if I wanted it to be up higher there. And there's another thing I want to show you about hair ornaments, and that is the flowers. If you got one with a flower, you want the flower to open forward. If it's backwards, all it looks like is, all you can see is the clip back, and that's, you know, that's not what you want the camera to capture. You want it to be framing your face with the flowers. So that's the deal for that. Just give me a second, I'm going to take this out and put it back in so I can show you something else. Okay, that was like a fight. I had to like argue with this hairpiece to get it to lay flat. But it still only took me about a minute or 2. I just didn't want you to have to sit there and watch me like messing around with it. And that's part of the thing. I mean, it's not like jewelry where you just stick the earrings in your ear holes. You have to arrange it just like any hairdo. Another thing is you can put it in and then just put your hair up after you get it in. Like if you're going to do an updo of any kind, like a bun or whatever. And then it totally does that 20s film star thing. Or if you have, you know, well, it depends on which piece you use. So, okay, the other thing we can do with big hair pieces is, I know in tribal fusion, a lot of us girls, and ATS too, we like those pieces that have stuff on either side. Rachel Bryce, I don't know if she's the one who started that, but you know, the 2 red roses, that's the classic tribal fusion look. And I'm kind of, most of us are kind of past that basic thing, you know, but we still like to have the half circlets. That's what I call them anyway. And so here's one that I made for myself. It's got 2 things, kind of like an Alphonse Mucha painting, like 2 bands, one in front and one in back. And then you just drape it across your hair. This is a way you can have hair that's down, like Zoe or whatever. It doesn't need to be up all the time. And then remember the little ponytail, it's still in there here. This also has a hair clip, that's how I make them. So you just shove it through there. And we will pretend I have one on this side too. I didn't take the time to put it in, but I would if it was a performance. And you just push them forward into your hairstyle. And no matter what, I mean, you can do layback, backbends, you can shimmy really hard, you can do twists and pops and locks. It doesn't matter, because look, it doesn't fall out. It doesn't move at all, no matter what I do, because it's anchored by that little rubber band. So just remember though that simple trick, and totally I would recommend practicing doing it like 2 or 3 times before a performance. Do not just think, oh, I'll just do that at the last minute and throw it in. Please, you know, figure it out, because you'll want to figure out the best placement, and each hair ornament is different. It's going to sit differently on your head, and the weight's going to be different. So take out your hair ornament and play with, like, where do you want the rubber band? Do you want it high or lower? Do you want the hair ornament at a certain angle? You know, figure that all out. And then don't even just look at yourself in a small mirror. Look at yourself in your big full-length mirror, because especially with the bigger hair ornaments, you want it to, the whole line to be streamlined and look good. And sometimes, like, for instance, I wouldn't wear this hairpiece if I had a really skinny little outfit with a small straight skirt, or, you know, really tiny thin pants, because it would look really top heavy. Or if I had a gigantic huge skirt, you know, big gypsy skirt that was like tucked in the sides, so it was like poofy, I totally wouldn't wear just one little tiny hair thing. You know, you want something big to balance out the look. So definitely look in the mirror, the big mirror. Alright, and that was it. I hope you enjoyed this clip, and make sure to go to www.thegypsykiss.com for your own hair ornaments, because I happen to sell them, of course, and that's why I made this video, but also because I love you.